is the greatest shooter that God ever created. Even though that was a shot last night, and I'm not going to throw shade on Steph Curry for taking that shot, even if it was against Anthony Davis. He created separation. One of them went in and out. Obviously, the other was off to the left. But Steph Curry is the greatest shooter that God ever created as far as I'm concerned. You want to take a shot, I don't give a damn who it's against. I want the ball in your hands instead of somebody else. But I think that if you're Steph in that situation, you're more inclined to take the shot when Klay is struggling the way that he has. And whether it's Game 7 against Sacramento or a multitude of games this postseason where we've seen Steph Curry put on a show, far more often than not this postseason, he's had no choice because his usual
champs who shot 46% from the floor overall. And here's Steph on 80's defense.
Obviously, knowing he's 7 foot and got crazy reach, so you just want to create a little bit of separation. The first one, nice little step back. It was in and out. It felt good. Second one was a little rush, but a shot that I took it because I thought I could make it. So, like I said, I'm living with those, and hopefully we can put ourselves in a position where in Game 5 we can control momentum as much as possible down the stretch. And again, with those shots are there, you're going to take them again.
You know what? You always got to shoot your shot. All right, StephenA, who is letting Steph down the most in your eyes?
I don't think there's any question is Klay Thompson. I mean, you can throw Jordan Poole into the mix. I'll leave that to somebody else because that's a separate segment altogether when it comes to Jordan Poole and his nonsense. But when it comes to
if Klay is able to shoot the ball at a proficient level, it will undercut the way the Lakers want to defend, and it will give the Warriors a much larger margin for error than they've had in this series.
Sometimes I think we just give answers about guys that are bigger names. Because, I'm not clocking in here and charging Klay Thompson hourly $1,100 an hour as his defense.
Is that you're negotiating now?
Not, but look, it's clearly Jordan Poole. And on Klay, let me just explain you something. We just ran Klay shots from last night. Low volume night for him. The Warriors have made the decision we're going to put the ball in Steph Curry's hands. All right? So all the off-ball action, which the Lakers absolutely snuffed out, especially in Game 1, they've now made an adjustment. We're going to put the ball in Steph Curry's hands and we're going to leave, let him play pick and roll. How are they scoring out of that? Steph Curry shots, Gary Payton rolls, cuts from Andrew Wiggins from the corner. You think they're leaving Klay? Go look at his shots last night. They're on the ball. They're in chase action with Draymond. They're off catch and shoots where he's running a million miles an hour, and he's not getting a ton of those. So all that off-ball action, the cutting, as a shooter, you get juice for your threes from getting layups. And the Lakers have completely snuffed that stuff.
That Jordan Poole would show a pulse and play, somewhat better than he has played, even with the minimal minutes that he's getting. By the way, he deserves those minimal minutes. The bottom line is, when you say expectations, that's when Klay Thompson comes in. You expect more from Klay Thompson, and you're not getting it on a consistent basis at all this postseason. That's why I would say he is the answer to that question.
Yeah, I'm going to say Klay too, but it's not personal. I think he's failing. I think the Lakers' game plan in this series, and it's not revolutionary, is that they're not going to try to let Steph be able to overwhelm them with scoring. They watched what happened in the last round. They watched him score 50. So a huge majority of the chess match between Darvin Ham and Steve Kerr in this series has been how to handle the Steph Curry problem or the Steph Curry opportunity, depending on which side you are, with him on the ball. And one of the things that the Lakers primarily have done is basically said they're going to live with Klay Thompson. Whether it was the double teams or way they've aligned their defense, they are willing to let Klay Thompson end up getting shots that are good looks, as opposed to Steph Curry basically getting almost any shot. And the game that the Warriors won in this series was the game where Steph killed that strategy. He went 8 of 11 on threes, which is more than you would expect. They're essentially making, and they're looking in this high level of basketball, you're making all kinds of different probability decisions as you go through your game plan and in-game adjustments. But the wager that they have made is that they will believe that Steph is the bigger danger than Klay. And so far that is that.
And Stephen A., look, overall for the playoffs, he's averaging 20 a game and 39% shooting. Like, this hasn't been all playoffs that Klay has struggled. He's struggled in the Lakers series. Jordan Poole, on the other hand, if we're being honest, is approaching being unplayable in this series. That's a big difference. This is the guy that was this is the guy that was supposed to help bridge this generational gap between the big three and the future of the Warriors. He had a great playoffs last year, 17 a game, 50% from the field, 39% from three, and he's been bad all playoffs long. And he's really struggled, 34% from the field, 27%. You can't play him for his defense. And this is a guy I just said with the Lakers. Why did they win this game? Because they're getting contributions from Alfred's. And Golden State is relying upon, and has relied upon over the last 2 seasons, Jordan Poole to be an Alfred for them, and he's not giving them anything in this series.
Well, let me tell you something, J.J. Redick. You know what gets on my nerves about you? The fact that you act like somebody's getting on your nerves just because they got a different opinion than you. Let me tell you something, J.J. Redick. Hold on, let me finish. Let me tell you something, J.J. Redick. It is not beyond the pale for us to look at Klay Thompson and go like this. Everything J.J. Redick is saying is on point, but we still saw Klay Thompson perform under adverse circumstances throughout his career. So no matter what you're pointing out about Klay Thompson and what the Lakers are throwing at him and how schematically things have had to change because of the way they're defending against the Golden State Warriors and what the Golden State Warriors are requiring of Steph Curry because of who they're going up against, it doesn't negate the fact that contested or wide open, when Klay Thompson launches, it's usually on an elite level. Period. So you can map it out. You can break it down any way you want to. And you're not neither somebody like me or Wendy when we